Hello and welcome to another fly tying tutorial, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to make split wings on a dry fly the easy way, using a technique called a figure of 8, and it's not difficult to learn and will be very useful to you. So the first thing to do is to lay down a little bed of tying silk or thread, whatever you want to call it, and back along the hook, and then I come back to roughly a third of the way along the hook shack where the wings on the natural fly are located. The material I'm going to use to make these wings is comes under various names. Antron, I think, is probably one of the more common names. So cut off a little piece of that material. Now, in order to get the right length on the wing, which is typically the length of the body of the hook, I just place it along the body of the hook until I have approximately the right length, the same length as the body, and then I just move it forward to where I want to tie it in. At that point, I lift my tying thread and I grip it between my index finger and my thumb, bring the thread around and pull down. That holds the wing in the right position. And now I just put down 4 or 5 good tight turns back in this direction. Now, the remaining material, I'm going to cut that off, but I won't cut it square or at right angles to the hook. I'll cut it at an angle, because that will give me the beginnings of a taper for the body of the fly. Now, I tie down that part there, and I come back up to where my wing is. Lift it into a vertical position and a good few turns in front of it there, which will keep it in that vertical position. Now, the next thing to do is to split that wing into 2 even bunches. So you can use your fingers, or you can put the scissors in between and try and guess it. It's not an exact science, but to get the wings in 2 even bunches as best you can. And then we use a figure of 8, which is thread going between the 2 bunches in a figure of 8, around, behind, and that's the figure of 8 in action. Now, what we have here now, what we've created is 2 separate bunches, but they're lying horizontally, which will do you fine if you're trying to make a spent fly. But in this case we want to use make typical upwinged split wings. So we just grab them and lift them vertically. Again, tie in front and then tie behind. And you'll see now that we have created two nice separate wings. In order to complete the fly, you will come back along to just opposite the barb, where you'll put in a tail. I'm just going to use any old material that I can grab here. I have a couple of feathers from a couple of bits lying around the place. I'm going to use this as a tail. It's just a bit of feather fibre, again about the length of the body, and tie in that in that position. Cut off the tailing material to just behind the wing, and you can choose whatever kind of body you're going to use for the fly. I'm using a little bit of dubbin that's just lying around here. would be remiss of me not to finish the fly and just demonstrating the wings. So I'll complete the fly, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, the comments section. Now you can also use whatever the dubbing material to further split the wings if you want. Now I'm going to tie in a hackle. Just in front of the wings. And around. Now we can actually use the hackle to split the wings also, using the figure of 8. Tie in the hackle, snap it off. Another little bit of dubbing to create the head and thorax of the fly. And that's a very simple way to make a very effective dry fly. Now I forgot my whip finisher, so I'm going to just whip finish using my fingers. And that's your completed fly. Any little errant fibres that are hanging around, snip them off. And that's the simple way to make a split-winged dry fly. Very easy. Cut out a couple of little errant pieces just here, and a little trim, a judicious trimming, and that's your fly completed with the split wings. Very easy, and I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe for future videos. Thanks again.